Yeah, I found. Good. Okay, let's start. Barbara, so you are the one who introduced me to this fantastic energy business. You remember how we met online? I was mesmerizing last night, and I remember, and I even put a picture of, me showing you my hair. Do you remember that time?
I remember. From hair to water to business.
Yeah, I don't know how it came from the hair to the water, but anyway, you introduced me to Enagic, and I'm so grateful for that. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself to an audience?
Yeah, sure, I'd love to. So I'm a mom. I've traveled a lot. I love the ocean. I'm a surfer too, and actually my journey began when I became a mom, because traveling the world and working in multiple jobs, hospitality, tourism, all those sorts of things. So I've always been an employee, and when I became a mom, I wanted to be really present with my children, and so that's when I started the world of entrepreneurship, I guess you could call it. And that's when I started exploring different types of businesses, different types of things. It was always in the health and wellness. It always had to do with the ocean. It always had to do with nature, with being outdoors. And yeah, I dabbled in low ticket network marketing. I am a health coach as well. I'm a breath instructor. I now own a surf school. And I also have this side hustle, which is high ticket affiliate marketing. That's become my main focus at the moment. So that's where I'm at. And I'm at a point right now that I get to mentor other women to come in and join this journey and live their life to the fullest. Because I've always been about that, about helping others thrive in their life.
So it sounds so relatable, because I was trying so many things before I met you. And I actually put out this post in where I was saying that I was lost in the, in the web, because there's so many opportunities and I didn't make anything work. So we have a special speaker with us today, and her name is Yanina. So I met Yanina. Actually, I don't know how I became Facebook friends with you. I have no idea, because when I started Enagic, I was inviting everyone, and she became my friend. I think that's how.
You already had good hair. You're really fine after the NSPA.
I don't know. I don't know how we became Facebook friends, but she came up to me one time on my messenger, and she said to me, "Did you know about this fantastic platform? Balash is in it." And I'm like, yeah, she has to mention Balash, so I'm interested. And then actually, I thought to myself, this girl is trying to offer me something, because I don't know about you, but I have a full heap of people offering me stuff every day. Like, from I help you with ads, I help you with this and that. And I thought, oh my God, what's this again? And it was Yanina offering me to join Iconic, which, I mean, it's changed the whole game, hey? So Yanina, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi. Yes. So I do remember, I think you did add me, and it was really random, and I knew you were in a similar business as I was, so never thought in a million years to pitch. Yeah. But my name is actually pronounced Yanina, and I'm actually from Argentina. I live in New Zealand, and I started this just like Barbara because I became a mom, and I decided there was no way that I could go back to a job. There was no way that I could, work for somebody else and put my child in daycare all day long. Like I could have done it, but it didn't resonate with me. At the end of the day, I did that because I had no other option at the time. This was back 8 years ago. So what I did was, my best option was to create my very own traditional business. So the traditional business was a cleaning business. But obviously what I wanted to do since that point was to work for myself and not have to work for somebody else calling the shots and telling me what to do, what time I needed to be there, and all that kind of stuff. So I created a cleaning business, and me thinking, oh my God, this cleaning business is going to be the bomb. I'm going to be my boss, and all this stuff is going to be amazing. I'm going to make all this money. What happened after all the years, about maybe like about 5 to 6 years, was that I actually created more work for myself. instead of having a instead of having an 8-hour job, I came back from the job and I sat down on the couch and I disconnected from it. I actually created more work because now I was the boss and now I needed to be working after hours as well as during the day. And so what I did, I created a even bigger hole for myself. So here I was thinking, oh my God, I'm my own boss. Yeah, I was for a little while, and the freedom tasted so nice, but it didn't last very long, and the money wasn't as good. It wasn't better than going to a job, really. And I still had to put my baby in daycare to be able to run this business. And I had cleaners and clients, and it just became a little bit of a headache. So at the end of 2022, I came across a post from a good friend of mine at the time doing the business that we're doing now. And for me, that was like a no-brainer. In the minute that I saw this business, I literally thought to myself, what am I doing in this cleaning traditional business that I created? It was like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I was like, what am I doing? I need to get rid of this. I need to sell this business, and I need to dive straight into this online business because it makes absolutely no sense for me to not carry on doing what I'm doing, knowing and seeing what I had just seen. And the commissions and the compensation plan, I was like, I cannot work in this traditional business one more day. So this is why I'm here. And yeah, when I introduced you to the new platform, it's because it's next level. Like, if this business is next level, this platform is even a level higher. So yeah, thanks for having me here, and long intro.
Well, yeah, this interview is going to be about that journey that you're talking about, and how we entrepreneurs, we are special people, I think, because we decide from, that moment that we're not going to follow the traditional thing, you know what I mean? Like, mom and dad told us, you should follow this, go to uni or whatever, which I did, and have a job. And many people do the same thing and still doing it. And then one day you have this realization, like you were saying, and you just pick a different path, but it doesn't mean that it's easy. You have that hero's journey that you have to endure. And you go through a lot of, the process and the obstacles, and then you have the aha moments, and, you reach milestones, and, all those things. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. All the struggles and the pain. So before I met Barbara, I had a full-time job. I was actually, it was a dream job, and I had to quit it because I just didn't think it was happiness for me to be sitting down in front of the computer all day, and like you say, just missing out on good times with kids, and the frustration also came with the online opportunities that I was testing out, and nothing was working. That's, when I met Barbara, and I realized this light at the end of the tunnel. This, you don't have to be in this constant battle of time versus energy and money and all of these things. So, and like, one of our leaders, Balazs, who's a really genius, he says all the roads, end up in magic. You stay there. I mean, you find this opportunity. This is where you stay. There must be something good about it. You go through the struggles, but you have the effort that pays out in the end. So you've talked a little bit about these struggles, unless you have something else to add. But this is what we face. It's not easy, but at the end of the tunnel, you have a reward, which is what we're looking for. So do you have anything to add to that, like emotions, the pains that you've been through?
Yeah, the pain is real. I mean, you have to sacrifice a lot of things that you love, and especially your family. And I feel like we weren't put in this earth to work, and live the things that we want to live and experience all that time, doing the things we love and with our family. And we have to exchange all that time to make an income for somebody else, and that's really painful. And in my cleaning business, I was really struggling with having to deal with a lot of people and clients and complaints, and that's what comes with traditional business. And you're liable for everyone. I was liable for everyone's homes, millions and millions of dollars, because I had a lot of clients, and the liability insurance made me cry a lot of the times, because I was like, what did I actually get myself into?
So that was the moment, wasn't it? That was the moment that you thought, no, this is not for me.
That was the moment, yeah, when one of my cleaners would call me and say, hey, unfortunately, I scratched the floor in this house. I went on full-on panic attacks, and even though I had insurance, like, obviously, that's still causing a major headache. So that was kind of the point when I started sort of internally deciding that I was done where I was, because the pain, the anxiety, the stress was not worth whatever income I was actually getting from that. And it was no more than anyone would get in a normal 8 to 5 job nowadays. So many things to pay for as a business owner. Taxes, employees, liability, softwares to automate the back end of your business to make it work, really. So yeah, it was like a line in the sand moment where I decided that I had enough, and that I was worth more, and that I was no longer going to put up with, I was never longer going to put up with having that exchange of tiny income and tiny satisfaction, because it's not all about the money, it's about how you feel as well. And it just wasn't worth it any longer. So I made that decision that I was going to sell the business, and funnily enough, 4 months before I sold the business, I came across this business, and it just changed everything. It was like a revolution.
Yeah.
It's amazing because and that's how the roads open, right? Like, you come to a point where you just know that something needs to change, but the way for it to change, you have to make those changes. And your change was, I cannot be where I'm at anymore. I'm stuck. Nothing's going to change if I don't make a change. So your first very change was change. Your first very change was saying no to where you were at, and then that opened up a world of opportunities. And look at what came to you, this golden ticket that we have now. And and another thing that you said there that sort of brought my attention is the work exchanging hours for your money, and that is linear income, and that's never going to change as well. Whereas what we have here is leveraged income. So it's not about the amount of hours that we work that's going to bring in the money. It's our efforts that's going to give us the rewards. And then later on in time, that's when we really start seeing the incredible, the incredible benefits of leveraged income.
Like, it compounds over time. Like, it has a compound effect. Yeah.
And it's your efforts, and it's your efforts in helping others. Like, it's like a huge impact in all levels. Yeah, and also it's the journey while you are creating this work that you're doing for that, that passive income that's going to be coming as you go along. So you're not just having fun while you're at it and making money, but you're also compounding it over time, and you see the big results later on too. So
yeah. I'm actually experiencing that right now, where I've done all this work, and I stayed consistent and I stuck with this. And even though I didn't see little results at the time, now it's like an influx of like results. It's like, hey, everything that you've done is now knocking on the door, and I'm coming for you. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And now it's like more of a, how do I handle all of this all together? Because in the time that I've been in this business, I've been a little bit like in and out of it, and now I'm like fully all in, and I'm everything started to kind of come to me all at once, and I'm just like, how do I design, my priority, and like who's gonna get my time? And like, yeah, it's actually a really beautiful journey, and I'm so happy that I think like that the first step is to make a decision and be like, I cannot longer do this thing that I'm doing. I'm worth more than this. And when you decide that, everything else actually, like you said, like the doors start to open and you start seeing other things. Yeah.
I've been, talking to you for a long time, and I've realized that you both have different passions. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is what really attracted you to this business, because many people have different, ways of handling this business or making it work. So what is it that attracted you that first time that you heard about it?
For me, it was the product. I was actually done with, I didn't want anything to do with network marketing anymore, because the company I'd been partnered with for 5 years, I loved the products and I loved the work. Everything I did and taught people about the health side of things was amazing, and the connections I made a lot of friends and everything, but I just didn't really see any financial change. It was only more of it looked like a hobby, and I was using a lot of my time and the weekends and organizing parties and all that stuff. And so when I got introduced to the business, I didn't believe it. I just I said no for many months, but I definitely looked into the product, and I researched the product a lot because I wanted to justify why I really wanted this in my life. So yeah, I did quite a bit of research and ended up getting started as both. I got started as a distributor, thinking I've got nothing to lose. I've already done this before, and also it sounds like there's step-by-step training. We get mentorship. We have all of the things, nothing to lose. And the thing is, loving the product and moving on through the year, organically, friends and friends of friends wanted to know what I was drinking, and they wanted to buy the product. So I started selling it without really thinking about it too much, and the commissions that were coming through were quite good. And that's when I was like, I think this might just be a good idea to look into this a little bit deeper. And then that's when I started to open up my time to look into this business. And so I started, hanging out with the right people, learning the steps. I went to events. That's where I met Yanina. We went to an event that changed everything for me. I saw that everyday people were killing it, and killing it by doing what they love, because this business does that. We have fun while at it. And in this event, it was so fun. I didn't even have money to go to this event. I worked as a crew member, but I wanted to be with the leaders. I wanted to be behind the scenes. I wanted to know, how to get to where they are. And that's exactly what you need to do. You just need to follow the steps of those that are where you want to be. And that opened up all the doors for me. And so for the last 2 years, I've been focusing on business and growing my business, and now growing a team and loving every bit about it. So yeah, that's how I started. Product to wow. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, huh?
How about you, Yanina? I know that you're a techie girl.
Yeah, so for me, it was totally the opposite. For me, because I came from a background where I had this traditional business, and I had been for years and years trying to make it work so that I would be working less. But obviously not doing less in the business, but me automating the back end of the business so that I didn't have to exchange all my day sitting there and like sending reminders, sending invoices, all of the things. So I was automating and learning the systems that I needed to automate all that stuff to work for me instead. So I learned a lot of different systems and softwares, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is where it's at. It's about automating a business. This is where you get your free time. So when it happened that I decided to sell my business, because obviously I could automate my cleaning business so much. I actually had 19 cleaners and 250 recurring clients. Like, you cannot automate those conversations. You can't automate the people, right? So I was kind of done with that. But I always loved the automation and the back end and the, making things work for you, so you don't have to sit there and exchange all your day to be able to make something work for you. So when I learned all of this in the cleaning business, I fell in love instantly. And then when I came across this business now fully online, and not only it was fully online, but you could see, well, you know, everything in the back end was automated, and you didn't have to sit there and do everything yourself. It was, for me, it was like an unbelievable opportunity, and it felt like I could integrate what I already loved, which was, you know, automation, with a product where you know, I didn't have all these people working for me and all the liability. It was just me and the automation. And yeah, there's no more that I can say to that. I think it's pretty clear what I love about it. I love the product now, but the product came second for me, where Barbara was first. Yeah.
For me, it was twice.
It's a great bonus.
For me, it was twice because, you know, I'm a techie girl, but I love my fitness and I like to take care of myself. So both things were like, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Give me it all.
Give me it all. So the next question refers to the critics, the people out there that are seeing these conversations. And I just want to ask you, you know, adding a little bit to say to these people in terms of what this opportunity is, because many people think, oh, everything's a scam, you know what I mean? And yeah, just, I don't know, a message to these people, in particular to the Latino community, because we are Latinos, and, you know, I wish more Latinos would come together in this and see the benefits, you know, and free themselves one day from all the restrictions, especially how we think back home in terms of money. So what do you have to say to these people in general, in particular to the Latinos?
Well, I think Latinos and everybody have just the same potential. It's about just having the mindset to try something new that maybe they're not used to in their country or in their culture. But it's this business is global, and there's so many ways to do it. So it's just a matter of just stepping into something new. It's what we've all done. That's why we're here, because we said no to being stuck where we were, and we said yes to an opportunity. And nobody knew what this was going to do. I mean, when I bought the product, I didn't know that this was going to happen. Yanina didn't know it either. She didn't know she was going to get the benefits of the, you know, these incredible benefits of the products as she built her business. And you didn't know. You were just looking for someone to help you with your hair. So create connections and opportunities come up, and that's it. You know, we all have the same opportunity. So for me, it's about jumping into something new, because I feel like this is just very generalizing, but I feel like they're constricted in like a little, sometimes they get stuck in that mindset. And I feel like if only they can open up and know that there's something out there that they could, you know, do something with. And it, like I said, there's so many ways to do this: offline, online, organically, paid ads, demos. You can do it however you want. So it's whatever feels right for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for me, I feel like a lot of people are actually still not quite open to something new and something different, like Barbara is saying. And we are now, you know, we're starting to discover all these new things online. We've got AI, we've got many other things coming, and like, how are you so close in your mind that you're still saying no? Because we're walking right into what it's called a digital era, and you can't stop that. So, like, it's all about learning how to leverage our time and how to leverage systems online to help us. And I just feel like the human being was never meant to be slaving the way that, you know, we have been. And now it's like the doors are finally opening, and we are so lucky to be here. And we need to take this as an opportunity and as a sign that change is coming. And so, yeah, like I just took that like this. I clung to it. I'm like, I'm coming. I'm coming to change. Get me in.
You know, it actually. Yeah, go on.
No, I'm just saying that I refuse to stay stuck. And also realizing that if we don't choose to change, nothing is actually going to change. Like, it starts with us, and it starts with us being curious and saying yes. Yeah, and I mean, there's no reason why to be skeptic about anything. I mean, it's so worth it to take a look into, into this. Especially, this is the best thing I've ever seen. So yeah.
In terms of the technology, it just feels so surreal, to be able to participate in this era. Because when I started off, it was so, we didn't have what we have right now. So it's only a matter of taking advantage of it and for our own good, isn't it? For the future. So, and this links up to my last question in the last 5 minutes, the vision and legacy. We have to leave the last message to our audience about the legacy that this business has and the vision that we all have. Because I always talk about envisioning things, what we see ourselves in the future. So what message do you have for everyone in that respect?
In terms of leaving a legacy, well, we've got children and generations to come, and we're here to create impact and a better world. I mean, everybody has their different things that they aspire to, but we're all here for some sort of longevity and legacy that we want to leave. We want to leave a message. We want, especially our children. I mean, I'm a mom, so I'm actually one of the reasons why I went focused and laser focused on the business side of it is to leave this legacy to my children, because this is something that this business provides. It's that generational wealth that can get passed on, and we're already doing it, and we're already having fun while at it. So why not just go all in and make it work for our children and their children and their children, and for as long as it can last. But the message too, it's enrolling our family in it too, knowing so that they can see what's possible, and life is short. So living it to the fullest while we build our wealth and create this legacy that's here to come, that's here to stay.
So I want to definitely build a future, a stable future for my kids to see that they don't have to work the same ways that we were working. We are all changing now. It's time for change, and I want to leave, this business comes with a beautiful legacy where it's valuable to your children, and we are so lucky to have found this. And I think you wouldn't find this anywhere else, and you cannot pass your job to your children or your income or your salary or your pension. You just can't do that. But you can pass this beautiful business that you build to your children and show them the ropes, and they can continue building, and they can continue experiencing that freedom and that abundance. They don't have to suffer the same ways that we know and that we learned in the past. We are fully the ones that are here. I just got goosebumps saying that, but we are the ones here to pass on this new way of life, this new way of doing business to our children, that this new way of literally living and experiencing this, should I say, new earth, or this way of being now.
Well,
we don't have to stay. We don't have to stay stuck in what we know. We're evolving, and we definitely need to go. We need to go with it.
Yeah, we're basically pioneers in that respect. If you put it that way, we are, building the new future for our children. So it's fantastic, isn't it? It's a fantastic feeling. That's why you're feeling goosebumps. I was feeling goosebumps.
Yeah, I just got all goosebumpy.
Goosebummy. Anyhow, ladies, we made it to the 5 minutes, less than 1 minute. So we have to say our goodbyes in less than 1 minute. And thank you very much for being part of this. It was fantastic talk, really interesting. People will love this. And I hope this is not the last one. I hope this is not the last one. So anyhow, enjoy your evening, and hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista. Thank you.
Bye.